Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel. Dear friends, Paris, the magnificent capital of France, has long been considered a precious gem of this nation. This place is not only famous for its splendid beauty but also a symbol of culture, art, and history. Perhaps you have heard about Paris with magnificent stories revolving around fashion, cuisine or the proud image of the Arc de Triomphe. But behind that magnificent beauty, Paris also contains countless surprises that few people expect. Some people compare Paris to a capricious European lady, beautiful and proud to the point of being difficult to approach. This city has a mysterious charm, making people want to explore but also a bit hesitant. So, what makes Paris so strangely attractive? Why is this lady known as the City of Light? Let's explore deeper together, to understand why Paris always holds a special place in the hearts of millions of people around the world. A city that is not only beautiful but also a place that contains both soul and inspiration, a place that anyone who comes once wants to return. Before going into the content, remember to like and subscribe to support the channel. First of all, it must be affirmed that Paris is not only the capital of France but also the most important administrative and cultural center of this country. Located peacefully in the north of France, Paris stretches along both banks of the poetic Seine River. With a temperate climate, this city always gives visitors a pleasant feeling. Whether it is summer or winter, it is not too harsh. Nature seems to have bestowed favor on Paris, combined with ancient architectural works that have existed for centuries, creating a perfect picture that attracts more than 30 million visitors each year. Therefore, tourism is one of the top priorities of the French government. They not only focus on preserving and developing iconic architectural works such as the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame Cathedral or the Arc de Triomphe, but also build an increasingly green and modern Paris. Everywhere, new hotels, shops and cultural and tourist centers are constantly springing up, bringing visitors unique and memorable experiences. Paris is not only famous for its romantic beauty, but also for being a land of art and artists. It possesses a rich treasure trove of historical relics, attracting not only art lovers but also those who are passionate about archaeology and architecture. Someone once jokingly said, "If you have never exchanged a French kiss on the streets of Paris, you have missed one of the sweetest moments of your life." Paris is a place where love is expressed naturally, freely and comfortably. A little caress or a hasty kiss in the heart of the splendid city will not bother anyone, but on the contrary, it is an indispensable part of the romantic atmosphere typical of Paris. And now, let's get to the heart of the story. Why is Paris called the City of Light? This beautiful name not only has symbolic meaning in terms of culture, art and architecture, but also originates from very interesting real stories. Many people think that Paris is called the City of Light just because this city is the cradle of masters of art and philosophy, where pioneering cultural movements were born. However, this title actually has a story that is literally linked to light. In the 18th century, the city faced rampant crime on the dark streets. To deal with it, the police required each family to light a candle or oil lamp and place it in their windows at night. This not only helped to illuminate the street below but also created a safer space, reducing crime in the city. And from then on, Paris began to become more brilliant when night fell. The second story takes place in the early 19th century, when an engineer named Philippe Le Bon developed a gas-powered public lighting system for Paris. Although Paris was not the first city to adopt this system, it was the most successful in illuminating every corner of the city. Roads, avenues, and famous architectural works became brilliant under the lights, making everyone admire, and from then on, the nickname City of Light was officially born. More than 200 years have passed, Paris still retains its splendid beauty when night falls. Iconic architectural works such as the Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, and Notre Dame Cathedral sparkle under the lights, making the city full of mysterious and attractive beauty. Not only the lights, but also the sounds of street performers and the excitement of tourists also make Paris lively and inspiring. Paris at night is like a living painting, where every street corner brings the feeling of entering another world. It is this light, along with the blend of art, music and creativity, that makes Paris an endless source of inspiration for countless artists and poets around the world. When coming to Paris, one of the first destinations that you cannot miss is Notre Dame Cathedral. Located in the heart of the city and also the center of France, Notre Dame Cathedral is not only a religious building but also has profound historical and cultural significance. Here, all distances in France are calculated from a bronze plaque in front of the church, marking Kilometer Zero, the starting point of everything. Notre Dame Cathedral constantly attracts tourists and becomes a living legend because every time they return, people always find new aspects, from architecture to space reminiscent of different historical periods. Going back in time to the 12th century, Paris was an important center of Europe, thriving in population and economy under the French kings. It was during this period that Notre Dame Cathedral was built and dedicated to the Virgin Mary, with a new architectural style that later became a symbol of Gothic architecture. The cathedral is located on the island of Isle de la Cite, in the middle of the poetic Seine River, adding to the charm and mystery of this beautiful work. The sophisticated architecture, soaring domes, and sparkling stained glass windows under natural light make anyone standing in front of it unable to help but admire. Notre Dame Cathedral not only recalls heroic historical stories, but is also an endless source of inspiration for art, literature and music. Not only stopping at the ancient beauty, a walk around this area will also bring interesting experiences. Along the banks of the Seine River, you will come across small stalls selling paintings and photographs that recreate the timeless beauty of Notre Dame Cathedral, along with images of famous figures in Paris history. Coming here, you will feel like you're entering another world, where every brick, every corner of the church tells its own emotional stories. A moment of quiet in the heart of bustling Paris, to enjoy the ancient and mysterious beauty of Notre Dame Cathedral, will certainly be an unforgettable memory in your journey. The next famous landmark that cannot be missed when you come to Paris is the Arc de Triomphe, a great symbol of French national pride. The Arc de Triomphe stands majestically at the beginning of the Champs-Élysées, considered the largest circular gate in the world. This work was built by Emperor Napoleon in 1806 to commemorate his resounding victories on the battlefield, and to this day, it is still a testament to the heroic history of France. Standing in front of the Arc de Triomphe, you can not only admire the majestic beauty of an iconic architectural work, but also have the opportunity to learn about history through the exquisite reliefs depicting the historical battles of this country. Each sculpture on the Arc de Triomphe seems to tell a glorious page of history, from the glorious feats of the French army to the unforgettable memories of victorious marches. An interesting story associated with the Arc de Triomphe that the French people still pass on to each other is, all the roads in Paris are roads leading to victory. And this is true both literally and figuratively, because from the Arc de Triomphe, you can see the large boulevards radiating in all directions, creating a traffic network just like the roads of victory of Napoleon during his golden age. The next impressive place that you cannot miss when coming to Paris is the Louvre Museum, one of the largest and most famous museums in the world. Every year, this museum attracts about 10 million visitors from all over the world, not only because of its huge art collection but also because of its unique history and architecture. However, few people know that to have a vibrant and modern Louvre like today, the museum underwent a major renovation in the 1980s. At that time, the Louvre faced a serious overload and degradation. The museum not only lacked public services, but even the exhibition space was scattered and poorly organized. The worst thing is that many valuable works of art were stored in poor conditions, even moldy due to lack of suitable display space. In that context, along with the desire to reaffirm Paris's status as the City of Light, the French president proposed a large-scale expansion project for the museum. The focus of the project was the construction of an iconic structure, the glass pyramid, which has now become a familiar and famous image of the Louvre. Interestingly, when this structure was first proposed, about 90% of the Parisian population opposed this idea, similar to the way they opposed the Eiffel Tower. Many people were concerned that the modern glass pyramid would destroy the ancient look of the Louvre. However, the author of the project had a strong argument. The Egyptian pyramid was made of stone, a place for the dead. This pyramid is made of transparent glass, symbolizing life. After completion, the Louvre pyramid not only received enthusiastic praise but also became a symbol of the revival and renewal of the museum. Natural light passes through the transparent glass of the pyramid, illuminating the artistic spaces below, as an affirmation of the longevity of art and culture. Today, when you step into the Louvre, you are not only immersed in famous masterpieces such as the Mona Lisa or the statue of Venus, but also feel the connection between the past and the present, between the classic and the modern, and the Louvre pyramid is the perfect symbol of this intersection. And of course, we cannot fail to mention the most famous symbol of Paris, the Eiffel Tower. Perhaps, your trip to France will not be complete without standing at the foot of the tower, looking up at the overwhelming height and taking a souvenir photo with this iconic structure. The Eiffel Tower was originally 300 meters high, and with the antenna mast on top, the tower reached a height of 325 meters. What is particularly interesting is that the tower is made entirely of iron, and this metal has a reaction of expansion when the temperature changes. In the summer, the tower can be about 17 centimeters higher due to the thermal expansion effect, and conversely, in the winter, the tower contracts from 10 to 20 centimeters. When completed in 1889, the Eiffel Tower was the tallest structure in the world, a wonder of engineering and art at that time. The Eiffel Tower is not only a proud symbol of Paris but also a dream destination for millions of tourists around the world. However, the beauty of the tower does not always go hand in hand with the romance that many people imagine. The grass at the foot of the tower is often packed with people, from curious tourists to locals who come to practice yoga, stroll, and gather. The feeling of being crowded and bustling can make you feel overwhelmed and lose a bit of the romance you expect. And many people have shared the harsh truth that the experience of coming to the Eiffel Tower is sometimes more like you are going through immigration procedures at the airport than visiting a tourist destination. The tight security control with many strict layers of checks can make you feel a bit annoyed. However, when you overcome all those challenges and set foot on the top of the tower, admiring the magnificent view of Paris below your feet, all worries seem to disappear, and you will feel that you have truly come to Paris, the brilliant and magical city of lights. Although it is a bit noisy and crowded, it cannot be denied that the Eiffel Tower is always a beautiful dream, an indispensable image when thinking about Paris. Standing on the top of the tower once, breathing in the air of the City of Light and watching the Seine River winding through the city will certainly be a moment you will never forget. If you intend to hang a padlock on the Love Bridge in Paris, think carefully. Not all locks can last forever. Over the years, this bridge has had to carry thousands, even tens of thousands of locks in all kinds of bright colors. The weight of all the locks is estimated to be up to 45 tons, seriously affecting the structure and lifespan of the bridge. Therefore, in 2015, the Paris authorities decided to remove almost all the locks, leaving only a few symbolic ones. Although this decision disappointed many people, because for them, the locks are a symbol of eternal love, but that love sometimes has to give way for the safety of the city. Not only facing heavy locks, Paris has recently been mentioned with the keyword, Paris full of trash. On social networks, many images of a Paris full of trash have spread quickly. Many people consider this a smear campaign, but it also raises outrage about the city's environmental sanitation. Paris, the splendid and romantic capital in movies and in the imagination of many people, is accused of being dirty and full of garbage. The Seine River is not immune to criticism about pollution. The "Paris is full of garbage" trend was created as a call for Paris to become cleaner, worthy of its title, City of Light. Paris, splendid, ancient but not completely perfect, has sparkling bright spots and dark corners that need improvement. However, Paris always holds a special position in the hearts of those who love it. If you have ever been to Paris, even if you are a little disappointed, you will hardly forget the magical beauty that this city brings. Thank you for listening to the story of Paris, the capital of light. If you are interested, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell and share the video. And now, goodbye and see you again.